Hi there everyone, welcome to the Guitar Quest Christmas special. So this is our second Christmas week, so it's the first one where I've managed to get some decorations up, so I hope you like the tree, better than last time where I had absolutely nothing, so I think that's a good start. So okay, so this week we are going to be looking at Jingle Bells, and Jingle Bells has a couple of different challenges associated with it, so we'll just sort of work our way through it, see how we get on, and I'll explain which bits are likely to be easier and which bits perhaps might be a bit more challenging and that kind of thing. So, but let's see how we go. So, okay, first things first then, if you've got any questions or anything as we go through, please pop them in the chat and ask away. I will answer either as we go or at the end. If you've got any devices on, like that could give you notifications and things, just turn those off so we get our undivided half an hour of guitar time. And if there's any children watching, then I would suggest an adult in the room just to help kind of, explain a few bits and pieces should it be needed. So without further ado, let's check our tuning. So I'm going to start with the bottom E string. I'll play it. You guys just try and tune your strings so they sound the same. So I've got another video about how to tune a guitar, so you can check that out on my YouTube channel somewhere. So, okay, here we go, bottom E. Okay, and then A. D, okay, and then G, and then B, and then finally our top E string. Okay, great stuff. So, Jingle Bells then. So, the chorus to Jingle Bells is relatively easy. Depends obviously where you are on your guitar journey, but hopefully the chorus section will feel okay. The verse part is a little bit more difficult, so we'll explain that as we go through. And then obviously if you have the sheets that I emailed round, then we've got the chords as well. Now the chords, I think they're all new chords. So far in Guitar Quests 1 and 2, we've covered sort of basic like E's and A's and D's and that kind of thing. But in this particular one, we've got, I think it's G, C, D7 and A7, if I remember rightly. So they're all new chords. I'll talk you through them. We probably won't spend too long on it because it's a newer aspect of the playing. So we'll, just kind of talk you through it so you can have a go. If you're already comfortable with chords, it'll be very easy. If not, then probably the melody is going to be more suitable anyway. So yeah, we'll start with the verse. Like I said, this is a little bit more difficult than the chorus. So if you are very early in your guitar playing journey, if you're not watching this live, then you could skip forward to the chorus section. So just looking at, if I bring the music up onto the screen, we've got the notes and we've also got the tab. So I'll talk you through the notes as we go. Remember that the tab, we have our 6 lines. Each line is a string and the numbers tell you what frets to play. So this lowest line here, that's your bottom E string, which is the one closest to your face, so the lowest pitch string. Working our way up to this top line here, which is the first string, which is the one closest to the floor, and that's our top E string. So when we look at this first note here, we go, okay, that's string 6, 5, 4. It's a 0, so that's an open string. So we just play an open D string, and then we move on, and that note's the second string from the top, so that's our B strings, and that's open. So we play that. And then eventually we get to here, third string, there's a 2 there, so that tells us to play at the 2nd fret. So that's the kind of logic of tab. So if you're familiar with it, then you'll know it's quite straightforward to interpret. Just got to get your head around it. It could often seem a little bit upside down because a lot of people think it should feel like it's the other way up, but it isn't. This is a standard convention, so this is what we're working with. So, looking at the start of it then, so we're going to start on our open fourth string, which is the D. Then we go to an open B, which is our second string. Then we're going to go third string, second fret. So as I mentioned, we've got the 2 on that third line down. That's telling us to play that note there, third string, second fret. And then we've got an open string again on the fourth. So the first few notes then, we've got D, E, A, G, and D again. And that's the dashing through the snow bit. So I'll just play it one more time. Then that note there is going to last for 2 beats with a rest on beat 3, and then as we come in on beat 4, you can see we've still got the zeros there, so it's the same note, or if you look at the notation, it's D again, so we're going to go 4 and 1. Yeah, and then the next few notes kind of the same idea again, B, A, G, but then we're going to go to the second fret on the fourth string. So if you see on that final bar of the top line there, if you're looking at the notation, because you've been working through the guitar press books, hopefully you recognise that as an E and you play that. If you haven't and you're looking at the tab, it's the fourth line down, which is our fourth string, and then the number 2 tells us it's the second fret. So here's the first line. You've got 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. And that's our first line. So let's try it together. I'll count us in, we'll go a little bit slower than that, and then we'll have a look at the next line in just a second. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, and 1. Then to the E, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so hopefully that more or less makes sense. So I apologise, I'm probably going a little bit quicker than I would normally do in a standard guitar press lesson, because I want to try and get through all of this in one hit. So hopefully it's not too fast, and if it is, obviously the video gets uploaded back onto my YouTube channel, so you can always watch it back and go over any bits again if it sort of went a bit quick for you. So okay, so on to the second line. We're starting on the E, fourth string, second fret. Then our second note, it's the second line down at the first fret, because we've got the number 1 there. So we hit the C there, so we've got E to C. And now open B again. Then we've got an A, third string, second fret. And then this is perhaps the most tricky note that we're going to play, because it's fourth string, fourth fret. So ideally we want to go with the pinky finger, which again, if you've been playing quite a bit, hopefully you'll have that control and strength over the pinky finger. But again, if you're quite new to playing, then you might try and shy away from it, which is pretty normal, like most people do, and you might end up playing with the third finger. But if you can, try and stick with the fourth finger, because it's definitely worth it in the long run, because it will just help your playing on a more general level. So, okay, so those first few notes from the second line again. So we're going to start on the fourth string, second fret for our E. Then we go up to the C, second string, first fret. Then we've got an open B, which is the second string. Then our A, third string, second fret. And then we come back to an F sharp, fourth string, fourth fret. And then moving on from that onto the third bar on that line, we come up to second string, third fret, because we've got the number 3 on the second line from the top, so that's our B string, with the 3 obviously telling us it's at the third fret. We've got 2 of those, and then we're going to come to the first fret, same line, so same string, and then we go down to the A, so that's our third string, second fret, and then the final note of that line, we're We're back to the second line from the top, which is our second string, and that's open because it's a 0. So let me play you the second line. So we've got 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that is the first 2 lines sort of covered. Appreciate, as I mentioned, it might be going a bit fast, but we'll just try and do our best for now. So let's try the second line together. So I'll count us in. So after 4, so 3, 4. And pinky finger to the 4th fret. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. So let's try the first 2 lines together then, see how we go. So again, after 4, we'll go with the same kind of speed as we just played. So good luck. Okay, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stay on that note. So the F sharp, 4th string, 4th fret. 3, 4. Finish on the open string. 3, 4. Okay, so hopefully that more or less makes sense. We're going to push on. Now the third line is pretty similar to the first line. The second bar of the third line differs a little bit, but it's actually easier because we've got fewer notes. But otherwise it's fairly similar really. So let's try, well let me demonstrate. So this is starting from bar 9, we'll start the third line. So same as the beginning. So you've got open D, open B, and A, 3rd string, 2nd fret, open G, and our open 4th string. And for example, on that note, we know it's the open 4th string because it's the 4th line from the top, telling us it's the 4th string, and the 0 tells us it's open, i.e. no fretting going on. Then the next bar, we stay on that note, come back to the open B, then we've got A, 3rd string 2nd, the open 3rd string, and we've got the E, 4th string, 2nd fret. And we're going to play it once more again at the end of that bar. So that's kind of the only difference in that bar really, compared to the first line. So let's try the third line together and see how we go. So nice and slow, after 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and then as we go on to the 4th line, we stay on that note, come back up to the C, open B, 2nd string, 3rd string, 2nd fret, the same as the start of the 2nd line. And then we're going to go up to the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and we know it's the 2nd string because it's the 2nd line from the top, and the 3 tells us it's the 3rd fret. So we've got a few of those, 4 of those in fact, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then open E, our 1st string, 2nd string, 3rd fret, 2nd string, 1st fret, 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then an open G or open 3rd string. I've moved my hand right away. Obviously we want to keep our hands close to the fretboard when we're playing, just for demonstration purposes really. And then the last note, D, 2nd string, 3rd fret. So let me play that line. So we've got the E, and the C, open B, A, up to the D, 2nd string, 3rd fret, top E, back to the D, 1st fret, 3rd string 2nd, open G, and and we come up to the D, second string, third fret. Okay, so that's the verse that we've covered. We're going to try the whole verse in just a second. As I mentioned, it's probably a bit more difficult than the chorus, so hopefully that gives you some encouragement that what we're about to do is going to be a little bit easier. So, but yeah, let me know how you're getting on anyway if you get the opportunity. But before we do that, let's play through the first 4 lines in their entirety. So here we go, after 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, stay on that D. 4th string, 2nd fret for our E. We're going to stay on that note. F sharp at the 4th fret. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Third line. 2, 3, 4. The 2nd fret on the 4th string. 3, 4, and stay on that note. 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. So hopefully that went all right. Let me know if it has or not. We can obviously go over a little bit more again. When we were playing it through there, I'd have to listen back, but I was chatting away at some point. I might have added an extra beat in somewhere, so apologies if I did that. Obviously, when you're practicing, if you just count through, like, you know, if you hit the note 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, and then carry on. Let's carry on though with the chorus. So this is a little bit easier. This I would say it's a bit easier anyway. So we're going to start off with our open B, our 2nd string, and we know it's the 2nd string open if you're looking at the tab because it's the 2nd line from the top, and the 0 tells us the open string, and we know the 2nd line from the top is our B string, so the 2nd string up from the floor. So we start on that. We've got 3 of those. This is the Jingle Bells bit. Hold it, and then we do it again, and then the next bit, play it one more time, then up to the 3rd fret on the same string, then we're going to go to the open G, which is the open 3rd string, and then to the 2nd fret, and then an open 2nd string. And the timing of that bar, I'll show it 2 different ways. So the easiest way to play it, and again, if you're early and you're playing, this would be the easy option, would be to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. If you're feeling confident, we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So we sort of delay the last note of that 3rd bar on the last line of the page there, and make it a little bit shorter so that it still fits in time, and we get back onto that open 2nd string on beat 1 of the next bar. So technically it's 1, 2, 3, nothing on 4, then the and straight onto beat 1 there on the B. So again, hopefully that makes sense. Let's try it together and see how we get on. So after 4, and again, when I was demonstrating, I think I just rest my hand down on my leg, and I would suggest you don't do that. We want to keep our hand at the ready for when we're about to come up to that 3rd fret note and so on. So, okay, here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so again, hopefully that's going okay. We're going to move on to the top of the 2nd page now, and we're going to come to the first fret on the second string. That's our note C. So again, if you're looking at a tab, it's the second line from the top. The 1 tells us it's at the second fret, so second string, first fret. And we've got 5 of those, although I'd suggest you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 rather than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because we want to get this sense of 4 beats in the bar. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then the number changes to a 0 or to our B, so we switch to that. And we've got a few notes there on the B, and they're just the open second string. Then we go third string, second fret, a couple of those, back to the open B, back to the third string, second fret, and then up to the D, second string, third fret. Okay, so let me just play that line to you. So we've got 4 C's to begin with, well 5, but we're going to count to 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's try it together. So this is from bar 21, the top of the second page. So after 4, so starting on the C, second string, first fret. So 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Cool, okay. And then the next line is the same as the first line of the chorus. So line that starts with bar 25 is the same as the line that starts with bar 17, which is the bottom of the first page. So what we're going to attempt to do is play from the start of the chorus, which is bar 17. We can play that line and then the first 2 lines of the next page. Okay, here we go. So after 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm starting on the B, hold it, again, hold it, 3rd fret, and hold the B, 2, 3, 4, 1st fret, 2nd string, open string, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the next line, same as before, hold it there, hold it again, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that then brings us on to the last line, which again is pretty similar to the couple of lines above. So bar 29, it's same as bar 21, for example. So we'll start bar 29, last line of the melody. So we have our C. Got another one, then we change to the B's. And then this bit is where it changes a little bit. So we're going to come up to the 3rd fret for a D. 2nd string, 3rd fret, that is. Then we come to the 1st fret. 2nd string, 1st fret there, which is our note C. And then the last note of the 3rd bar there, that's our 3rd line down, so that's telling us it's the 3rd string and at the 2nd fret, so that is the note A. So that 3rd bar then, we've got, and then just an open G to finish, or open 3rd string. And at that point in the music, if I just bring it up on the screen quickly, these double dots here are telling us to go back to the beginning, play the whole lot again. So that would be for a 2nd verse. And then when you come round the 2nd time, you would skip over this bar here and do this one instead. They're actually identical. It's just about whether you, like kind of how you choose to finish the song. Yeah, so let me just turn that off. So yeah, it's basically just about how the song finishes. I think in Jingle Bells there's 3 verses. I could be wrong about that. I've seen different things written down for it. So if, for example, you were going to play the tune and someone's going to sing along with you playing this stuff, then you could, if they say we're going to do 3 verses, you just go around the whole thing 3 times. Or if it's only once, you just do it once. So that's the beauty of it. So time is marching on. So I think let's try the whole way through from the start of the verse down to the end of the song, and then we'll have a very quick look at the chords. So, okay, good luck everybody. This might be quite a lot to take on. Like I said before, it depends where you're at on your guitar journey, but let's see how we go. So after 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. Reach up to that 4th fret, pinky finger. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1. Up to the 3rd fret. 2. Into the chorus. Hold it. Hold again. 2, 3, 4. 2nd fret. 2nd string, 1st fret, I mean. 2, 3, 4. Hold it again. Hold again. 2, 3, 4. And then we'll finish on the G. 3, 4. Great stuff. Okay, so if you manage to play any of that along with me, then give yourself a pat on the back and really well done. If you manage to get through the whole thing, that's brilliant. But yeah, we've got everything there. So take your time, practice it, take it nice and slow, and just if you need to go back over and watch any of the video, just to kind of refresh the ideas. If there's any bars that don't quite make sense, you know, it'll be uploaded to my YouTube channel, so you can go back and watch that. So we did say we'd have a look at the chords very quickly. No, we haven't got long, so we will just do our best with it. So yeah, this is going to work on the assumption that you already have some understanding of chords. So if I was to just bring the music up onto the screen again, I'm going to skip to the back page. These are our 4 chords here, G, C, D7 and A7. So what you'd want to do is obviously try and make sense of these chord boxes. I'll talk you through them in just a second. And then we just apply this rhythm. So we've got G for the first 3 bars, C for a bar, then another bar, then D7 for 2 bars, G for another few bars, and that kind of thing. And we're going to do the same strumming pattern throughout, which, again, if you've watched many of the videos that I've put on, I don't normally recommend that kind of approach because I don't think it's necessarily that reflective of how people actually play. However, for what we're doing and our purposes, it's great because it means if you can get the chords down, you can really just crack on with it and it will sound like the song. So, okay, so G. Middle finger to the 6th string at the 2nd fret, 3rd fret even, sorry, 6th string, 3rd fret. Our first finger goes to the 5th string at the 2nd fret, and then we're going to put our 3rd finger on the 1st string at the 3rd fret. There are other ways of playing G, we're not going to go into those now, but this is usually the easiest kind of way of starting off. That's our G. Then we're going to go to C, so we go 2nd string, 1st fret, 4th string, 2nd fret with our middle finger, and then our 5th string, 3rd fret with our 3rd finger. And when you strum that, you want to try and avoid the 6th string if you can. It's not the end of the world if you do catch it, but generally you want to try and avoid it. When you go to the D7, if that follows the C, what you can do is keep that first finger down and just move these other two fingers. So you end up 3rd string 2nd and 1st string 2nd. And again, I'm going to strum from the 4th string. Try and avoid the bottom 2. If you catch the 5th string, that's fine, it'll sound nice. If you catch the 6th string, it doesn't quite work. So definitely try and avoid that one on that D7 chord. And then the A7, if you're coming off, let me have a look where that is. Oh, coming off a G, so yeah. 4th string, 2nd fret, and 2nd string, 2nd fret. I've written to use fingers 2 and 3. I would say that's the usual kind of default way of playing it. You will see, and you will no doubt encounter in your own playing, that fingers 1 and 2 work better at times. It doesn't really matter that much, to be perfectly honest, but go with whatever option feels best. I would say probably not 1 and 3 because it feels a little bit sort of cumbersome in terms of the left hand. So 2 and 3 or 1 and 2. My default would be 2 and 3. Okay, they're the 4 chords. I appreciate we're going through this very quickly now, so I apologise for that, but hopefully it'll give you enough to work around with it. And then we're going to do this strumming pattern, which if you watched the last Christmas video, we did this strumming pattern last time as well. So we go, say on the G for example, we're going to go down, down, up, up, down. So in terms of the timing, it's 1, 2 and 3 and 4. So the ones to watch out for are where you have the 2 up strums in a row. So it's very easy. If you say to someone strum 4 times, like 4 down strums, they'll automatically do that kind of thing. It's very instinctive. Most people can get to grips with that quite quickly. When you say go down and up, again, people get to grips with that pretty quickly. If you say miss a down strum, that tends to cause a little bit of confusion with the brain, I think. So so you could use on beat 3 where you're going to do a down strum but not strike the strings. You could use a word like ghost, as in you're ghosting past the strings. That might help kind of give your brain something to think about such that it sort of fills that space. So what you don't want to end up doing is down, down, up, down, up. And you can get the right rhythm, but your hand ends up in the wrong position. And again, it's more about as you progress where that might become an issue. So, okay, so we're going to work our way through all of the chords. If these chords are new to you, you will probably struggle to keep up. But if they're not, then hopefully you'll be okay. Hopefully you'll be able to hear the tune. So if somebody was singing along, these would be the chords that could go in the background as long as they're singing and their starting note is the B there. So, okay, after 4 everybody, so good luck. Just do your best to keep up, and as I mentioned before, just watch the video back and you can sort of work back and figure the chords out and that kind of thing if you find them a bit tricky at the moment. So here we go, starting on the G from the beginning, so after 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's down, down, up, down, and again. And then C. Stay on the C. D7. Stay there. Back to G. Stay on that for another 3 bars. D7, D7, back to G, one more bar, change to C, back to G, D7, and finish on a single strum of G. Okay, good stuff. If you manage to keep up with that, then very well done. You know, if you know your chords, that's chord playing becomes very easy once the shapes are down, and you know, because a G is always a G, a D7 is always a D7, that kind of thing. But when they're new, it's really hard because you've got to move all the fingers around very quickly and that kind of thing. So what I'd just like to do, just to finish off with, is play the chorus again. I'm going to go a little bit faster. So if you were singing along, and like Jingle Bells, it'd be more of that kind of speed. So you're very welcome to try and keep up, but this just gives you a demonstration of how it would sound if you could speed it up. So just the chorus. So here we go. So after 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, that gives you an idea of where you'd be heading. Can take a long time to get to that kind of speed, so just work with it. Always go slow, you know, work your way up from there, and you will be fine. You will get these shapes down, but it can require a little bit of perseverance. So great stuff. Well, we are going to finish up there. So normally these lessons last for half an hour, so we have overrun a little bit, so apologies about that if you're expecting it to be a little shorter. But we are, as I said, going to finish there. That is the last one of the year. So obviously, Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful festive season. We're going to pick things up again in January. First week back is going to be Thursday, the 16th of January. We'll be starting Guitar Quest 3, and yeah, that's basically what we're going to be doing. So we'll be building on everything we've learned in Guitar Quest 1 and 2, obviously doing some new ideas and that kind of thing, working on a few chords. Actually, the G and C we talked about today will come up in Guitar Quest 3 as well. So depending when you're watching this, you might even have seen them already. So yeah, hopefully that will make sense. If you enjoyed it, please do give the lesson a thumbs up. And if you're in a position to make a donation, that would be amazing. That just helps the channel out a little bit. But we will leave it there. So, as I said, have a wonderful festive season and Merry Christmas, everybody. And I look forward to seeing you all in January. Okay, take care then, everyone. Bye-bye.